This guy is one of the most interesting, controversial characters on the internet. He's had some explicit commentary about his life and his opinion on others, to say the least.
Right.
What is your opinion on Charleston White?
Charleston White, man, I can't believe you went there. Um, Charleston White. First off, let me say, man, Charleston White, he has his opinion, he has his approach to how he's approaching this social media thing. Um, he's presenting a character that a lot of people are buying into. I understand. I followed him for a while now, and I remember he used to say that when he came online speaking positively, when he had his bow tie on, nobody would pay him any attention. And one day he looked into a character. He saw the movie Dolomite with Eddie Murphy, and he realized that Dolomite wasn't real, and he always thought that he was. You know, so he said that he was going to bring a fake character to social media. So he says a lot of his takes are outlandish. He's just saying it to say it, but at the same time, a lot of the things he says I can't, stand on, even though it's a character that is used to entertain and engage. I can't stand by a lot of it, but at the same time, I have to give him credit because he's somewhat of a genius. He figured out how to engage people. He figured out the analytical data, what the people wanted to see from him, and he gave it to them. And he's made a very successful life for himself. And beyond the character, the real man, Charleston White, and what he stands for, a lot of the things like he's against the gentrification of our community through the violent rap lyrics. I'm on board with that. I feel like the music is very influential. I feel like that music can influence you. When I was young, the music influenced me. So as I've gotten older and I understood and I started to understand what it does to the mind, I'm kind of against the violent rapping myself. Very, very intelligent brother. I don't really think that people understand how intelligent he was when he first got on here, but I think they're starting to see. He's been put in some situations, and he he handled himself in a manner in which he protected himself. He's very intelligent. He knows how to explain something to its lowest common denominator, and he can also explain it to its highest. That's not easy for someone to do, to break something down to the point to where a baby or a young person can understand it. That's not easy to do. I've seen him break down subjects, and I'm like, wow. Also, I see that he's very confident in himself. I see a lot of people try to make fun of him, call him Rat Williams, try to talk about his eye, but he's still confident. And I kind of learned something from that because I was a little insecure. I was insecure about my teeth, insecure and shy about a lot of things, insecure because, I'm tall and a little stiff, and my mannerisms are a little, they can come off as being a little weird. And that really affected me. I tried to change who I was to fit in, but watching Charleston White, he's just himself, and he's comfortable with being himself. And I'm starting to learn how to do that myself. I feel like a lot of his opinions are accurate, but when he gets into the character, that's why I have to draw the line. But I feel like he's a genius. I feel like he understands YouTube. I feel like he understands analytics. I feel like he has an approach and he has a system in which he's approaching social media with, and it's made him successful. He also has work ethic. It takes energy to get up and get in front of the camera. It takes energy to post videos every day. It's not something that everybody could do. If they could, they would do it. It takes a lot of work to post all that content, and you can tell that he's very strategic and when he posts his content. And I feel like a lot of people are going to hate him, you know, but was what he's used to get the attention of people. And if you can see through the character and see some of the qualities in who he is as a person, what he stands for, you kind of understand him. But I know that it's hard for people to see through the character of Charleston White. But I feel like he's very intelligent. And I feel like people are figuring that out. I feel like people underestimated how intelligent he was just because of the character that he created to create engagement. I don't know why it's so hard to deliver positivity. I don't know why it's so difficult to encourage others and try to enlighten others. I don't know why that's so difficult. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do, to try to give people information and new knowledge. And the way that he's doing it is pretty creative. But it's going to be interesting to see where his career goes from here. I've been a follower of him for a long time. I told a young lady that I knew, I said, he's going to be famous someday. And she kind of looked at me like I was crazy, but, you know, I just could see that he's kind of different. He's kind of different. But I think the character is what a lot of people get held up on. He said some very, very, he's had some very serious opinions about situation. He's made some very serious accusations. And, you know, to each his own. You know, I just because someone speaks about something you don't agree with doesn't mean you can't see the good, you know, and respect the man for the good and what they bring to the table. But it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here. But I feel like he's a very intelligent person. Feel like he's a genius. Anyone who can take one of these and turn it into millions, then they're pretty smart. So that's how I feel about that.